ladies and gentlemen, today is a very special video and I can't believe I'm actually able to post this here on the channel. Today, ladies and gentlemen, this is my Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train movie review. I can't believe, man, that I was actually able to see and, just watch this film in general, man. I'm so stoked because the one thing I want to talk about is, at least like where I live, I don't have a lot of like the fancy theaters a lot of people do, right? Like with IMAX and all this stuff and, the awesome, beverages and snacks that come with it. Usually with me, at least where I live and growing up, it's one of those old school theaters, right? It's like a first come, first serve. You just get your simple, just popcorn and drink, and you watch the film just like any other theater. And I remember seeing this online where they actually had the Demon Slayer film. I'm like, an anime film is actually here where I live. It's freaking crazy to me. I know that this movie is legit the #1 most watched movie in Japan, so it kind of makes sense to bring it to, a theater like mine, but still, it was fucking incredible that I was able to see it and that I don't have to go anywhere else, because when it comes to anime movies, I don't get treatments like any other person or city, whatever it may be. Usually like the closest one is like a 7-hour drive to a different city here in Canada, and it kind of sucks at this point. It's kind of, it's terrible. I wish that it wouldn't happen, because especially me being, I could say a weeb, a person that loves anime, and unfortunately, if I want to watch the film, it's like 7 hours, and yeah, I'm not going to do that. So having the experience here at my theater, it was awesome, man. I can't believe it. So the first thing I want to talk about film is just a little bit of the negatives. This is just like the little like knickknacks that I have right now about the film. It's still a fucking masterpiece, but I'll just talk about this here first, just to kind of get out of the way, and eventually just talk a lot about the positives of this movie, because there is so much towards it. So, negative about this film here that I have is that I watched Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba in sub. I don't watch the English dub right here. So in this film, I was really excited to actually see it in sub, because I just like any other human being, I've been waiting for this movie for like a year. Ever since it got released and went into Japanese theaters, I really wanted it to come to North America at this point. So going to the theater, sadly, it was an English dub. But now, one thing I want to clarify is that some English dub for anime is really good. I don't like go and shit on people if they watch, anime in English dub. I give them respect for actually watching anime in the first place, because some anime, including my favorite, anime of all time, literally Naruto, I love it in English dub as well. And in this film, it's a little bit hard, because like going to the theater, I was really excited, but when I got the news saying that, it was only available in English dub, it kind of broke my heart a little bit, just because it's like, I don't know what these characters sound like in English dub. I've never seen this anime in dub. I only watched it literally in sub 2 to 3 times. Like, I seriously love this anime. So when it comes to characters such as like Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zenitsu, and even Rengoku, I have no idea what they sound like. So at this point, I'm just crossing my fingers, and hopefully the voice acting could be really good. And going into this film, it was really good. The only kind of negative that I have on it is with Inosuke's character. I'm not blaming the voice actor or anything like that. I just prefer Inosuke with his voice much better in subbed. And the other negative thing that I have in this film is that if you guys love Natsuki, especially as a character, she's in the film, but she doesn't get a lot of screen time instead of the other characters. Like, she is important here and there, but unfortunately, she's not in the film that much. Is that a bad thing? No, I just have to say, watch the film and you'll understand of the pacing and why she's not in it as much. So like I said, if you really love Nezuko and you want her to be the simple main character of this film, you're not going to get that, sadly, but you'll understand when you actually watch the film. Now let's talk about the positives in the overall review about this right here. So the one crucial information I want to tell you guys is that if you watch Demon Slayer dub sub all 26 episodes or whatever it may be, and you're somebody new to anime, this movie is important. This is an important movie because it is canon. If you guys don't know what canon is, it is the main plot of a series. This is implemented in the manga. Legit, right after episode 26 of season 1 of Kimetsu no Yaiba, it actually does take place right after that. Like, legit, right when you see Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Nezuko aboard the train, that's where this movie starts. So just to clarify that again, this is important, especially because we got announced that season 2 has been confirmed to be part of late 2021 here. So just in case if you haven't watched the film here in theaters, the digital will be available in June. So you still have a lot of time to watch the film before season 2, but this is important and crucial to the storyline of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. So I highly recommend that you watch it if you are a fan of it, and especially if you're getting ready for season 2 for late of this year. So just kind of want to clarify that. But the positives around here is talking about this English dub as well, because I did watch this movie in dub. The voice acting for Zenitsu, Tanjiro, and Rengoku was actually really good. I do prefer them still in sub, and still wish that I watched this in sub, but other than the movie, it was perfect for voice acting. I think it was great, especially to someone who hasn't, seen or watched them and what they actually sound like in the dub voice acting. It was spot on at this point. It was terrific. I think they did an incredible job on it, and they should pat themselves on the back. Seriously, going into this, watching for a sub and hearing them in dub, it was a round of applause. Seriously, 1000%, they've done a terrific job, and I can't wait to see more they do. And I feel like with Demon Slayer right now, I think I'll watch it in sub, and then eventually, if all the episodes come out in dub, especially for season 2, whatever it may be, I think I'll definitely watch it as well. 1000% look into this. One thing about this film here as well is that it focuses on the new Hashira, the Flame Hashira, Rengoku. We've seen this, of course, time and time again within Demon Slayer, that the only two Hashiras we really got development of in season 1 was between Gaio and Shinobu. So especially with Demon Slayer right now, they're going to be focusing on every single arc with a different Hashira, right? Rengoku is part of this one. It's been confirmed, of course, for the Sound Hashira to be in the next film, so on and so forth, which it kind of makes sense at that point. But yeah, we get introduced into Rengoku, the Flame Hashira. This guy, 1000% MVP. I think to anyone that does a review on this or talks about it through social media is going to agree with this. Rengoku seriously was the MVP of this film. For me personally, I feel like he is my favorite Hashira in this show right now, until we get more development of these Hashiras going to more of Demon Slayer. Literally, Rengoku, man, was a fucking badass, man. I loved his character development of what he grew up with, how he became a Hashira in the first place, and just the overall love and respect that he gave to our main cast of characters, and of course his, his abilities legit as a Hashira right here, man, because, as of online gaming, anime, whatever it may be, I go by Flame. So to see, the Flame animation in this, especially what he does, man, is fucking unreal, especially the last fight, man. That last fight, some of the best art and animation I've ever seen in anime, fucking period. And also another positive with this show is that you feel like out of, legit the history, this goes down in the history books for season 1 of Demon Slayer, where you feel like Studio Futable, how do you upgrade and get better animation than season 1? This movie skyrockets over that. It is insane, man, how you feel the art and animation is better and better. It makes sense because it's a film and not an anime, because we've seen this in time and time with anime where, in some episodes or some parts where a lot of it will get the higher budget, and the other ones you could definitely see where it's a little bit of a low. This whole movie, man, was sick. To, the character developments that we got from in the dream sequence to, just them talking to the fights, man, it was beautiful all around, and it seriously was a fucking masterpiece at this point. Another thing that was positive about this film here as well, and that I like about Demon Slayer, is this anime is really dark, right? It's dark, it's scary, it's sad, but it definitely has its comedy moments in it. Especially with Mugen, the comedy in this was top notch. I love it, man. Especially to Zenitsu, to Rengoku, Tanjiro, Inosuke, whatever it may be. They do such a good job implementing comedy in this, where it's such a dark and gory anime. Seriously, to show that within an anime, it's tough to do, and it's just another round of applause on it as well. One thing about this film as well is, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely did cry. Now, is that a good thing? Yeah, I think it is. There's 2 times in this film where I cried, where it was during Tanjiro's dream sequence and also the ending of the film, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. When, this movie wants to hit in the feels, it definitely does, man. 1000%. And that's what I love so much about an anime. It just, it connects me more to it, right? That's why I love this so much, is that I'm able to have those moments while watching a film or this show, whatever it may be. And they definitely prove that, man, to Tanjiro, to Rengoku, and the other characters, man. It definitely left an emotional impact as well. Another positive that I have about this as well is like watching this film, it didn't really kind of feel like a movie. Like this movie in general, it felt like where like you took the intro and the outro of the episodes, like for example, like 12 episodes, and you just edit them all together to put in this film. Is that a bad thing? Fuck no, it really wasn't. I feel like for this arc for Demon Slayer, it's better for it to be a movie than it was for like an 18-minute episode, get left on a cliffhanger and have to wait another week to watch the episode. Just because if you guys watch this film, especially the intro and the dream sequence that they have for all the characters, right? It's not just Tanjiro, but for Inosuke, Rengoku, Zenitsu, whatever it may be, it makes sense to watch it all the way through than having to like, oh wait, sorry guys, you have to wait another week for this film. I think going forward, it was a good marketing point for them to do this, because basically it's like this film, instead of watching 18 minutes, it's 2 hours. It's like for an anime episode, instead of watching 18 minutes and having to wait a week, you just watch 2 hours of it. And I think that's perfect in general. And like that's kind of a trend with the anime franchise as well, right? Like we see this time and time again, right? We're getting it for My Hero Academia, we see it for Demon Slayer. I know Jujutsu Kaisen's getting a film here at the end of the year here as well. I think it's good marketing right now, and I don't know if Demon Slayer's going to do that, where it's like a season movie type of deal. We of course need more confirmation on that in the future, where this franchise is going to be. But overall, I think that was good marketing for them to actually have this as a film and not having to put an 18-minute episode over and over and over again. And especially if us getting more content here at the end of the year, I think it's perfect as well. But yeah, it's kind of more to talk about my review here of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train, guys. This movie was a fucking masterpiece and something definitely 1000%. If you're a fan of Demon Slayer, you watch it in dub or sub, all 26 episodes, and want to watch this film, I highly recommend it. If it's at your theater right now, and I know it's skeptical because of COVID, I definitely would 1000% go to this film. I would go to this film. Like if you're one of those people that are impatient and don't want to wait like a month or whatever it may be for it to be available, you know, digital in June, go watch this movie right now, guys. I highly recommend it. My overall review here, guys, is that I give Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train a 10 out of 10. This is me watching it in English dub right now. English dub. I give it a 10 out of 10. I couldn't even imagine what sub sounds like right now. Like that's how good this film was to start to finish. 1000%. Studio Futable, the creator of Demon Slayer, like seriously guys, like this was a fucking masterpiece and will go down in history books for anime. 1000%. I could see why this is the #1 film in Japan. Like I could see why this has broke so many records and made a ton of money over there. I could definitely see that. Like this film is worth it. I want to go watch it again. Like the only problem about watching it over and over again is that it's going to be more expensive, especially going to the theater, and if I want to grab like another popcorn drink, whatever it may be. But yeah, seriously, a round of applause, man. I cannot wait to watch this movie here again, and especially to experience it for a new turn in subtitles instead of watching it in English dub here again. I'll probably even watch an English dub again because it was that good. It was that freaking good. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed my overall review here of Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train, make sure of course to leave a like, comment down below what are your guys' thoughts and opinions. Are you gonna go see the film or wait until June for the digital release? And subscribe to the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. Overall, I'm very happy to give this review to you guys, man. I'm fucking grateful that my theater was actually able to have a film like this, and overall my like experience 1000%. The 2 hours, it was one of the best 2 hours I've ever seen. 1000% for a film. And yeah, either way, guys, we'll see, of course, for more anime and, of course, Pokemon content here for the channel very soon. Of course, if you guys want me to do a spoiler review of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, comment down below, and I definitely could bring that to you guys 1000% ASAP. But I figured just doing a simple, non-spoiler review is a lot better for the channel. But either way, guys, much love. We'll see you, of course, for more content here soon. Have a good one, and thank you guys so much for watching.